Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ramon. You know the drill. I'm gonna show you some movies from my collection. Currently movies from the 1980s. And I want to say I really appreciate all your support. And I want to say hi to the new subscribers to my channel. Let's start with the first one and we'll go over these quickly. This is The Legend of Billie Jean, starring Helen Slater and Christian Slater, not related, and it's a teen drama with a rebellious spirit. This is Ivan Reitman's Legal Eagles. And then some fantasy movies that I adored as a kid. Jim Henson's The Labyrinth. Richard Donner's awesome Lady Hawk. And the DVD of Legend, directed by Ridley Scott with Tom Cruise and Mia Sara and Tim Curry. And it's one I upgraded to Blu-ray, German Blu-ray. This is the gritty crime film from Hong Kong, A Long Arm of the Law, directed by Johnny Mack or Johnny Mack. Very good one. And this is the sequel directed by Johnny's brother Michael. Another great one. Came in the set. I don't get why they didn't include the third and the fourth one. There were 4 movies, and 3 and 4 were also directed by Michael Mack. I've seen the third one, a very good one, so I hope they will release those 2 movies in the near future. This is the coming of age film Little Darlings with Tatum O'Neal and Christy McNichol. Amusing Western by Walter Hill, The Long Riders with all the brothers Carradine, Keach, Quaid and Guest. Yeah. John Mackenzie's British gangster classic, The Long Good Friday, with Bob Hoskins and Helen Mirren is in my collection. And my friend gave me the Criterion DVD as a gift. Cool martial arts film, Legendary Weapons of China, directed by Lau Kar-leung and starring Gordon Liu, Cara Wei and Lau Kar-leung himself. Rather unknown and underrated martial arts film by Jun Woo-ping, Legend of a Fighter, starring Lung Kar-yan, aka Beardy. The Dutch horror film The Lift by Dick Maas, who also did Amsterdam. Basically a horror film about a killer elevator. Steve Carver's Lone Wolf McQuaid with that fantastic score by Francesco Damasi. And a silent post-apocalyptic film by Luc Besson, The Last Battle, starring Jean Reno. And this is Nick Castle's sci-fi film, The Last Starfighter. Then the awesome martial arts film, The Last Dragon, starring Ty Mack and Vanity, directed by Michael Schultz. The Hong Kong martial arts film, Lion vs. Lion. This is a German DVD, not English friendly. It's an average martial arts film. Catherine Bigelow's debut feature, she co-directed with Monty Montgomery, Willem Dafoe in The Loveless. Fantastic animation by Rankin and Bass, The Last Unicorn. And this is Toby Hooper's sci-fi vampire film Life Force he did for Canon. and two raunchy teen comedies, Losing It with Tom Cruise and Shelley Long, directed by Curtis Hanson, and The Last American Virgin, Boris Davidson remade his own canon classic, one of my favorite raunchy sex comedies ever, the Lemon Popsicle. Yeah. One of the greatest coming of age films from the 80s, the high school comedy Lucas with Corey Haim, Charlie Sheen, and Gary Green. This was the screen debut of Winona Ryder. Fantastic film. My favorite Miyazaki film and one of my favorite animated movies of all time, Laputa Castle in the Sky. Basically, a novel for boys brought to life through animation. Fantastic. And I also own a Dutch DVD. Joel Schumacher's vampire classic, The Lost Boys. Love this one. And the underrated and rather unknown Lionheart by Franklin J. Schaffner, his second to last movie, stars Eric Stoltz and Gabriel Byrne, medieval adventure film for kids or teenagers. And this is Frank Oz' Little Shop of Horrors, remake of a Corman classic starring Rick Moranis, and special appearances by John Candy, Bill Murray, and Steve Martin. Richard Franklin's killer ape film Link with Elizabeth Shue and Terence Stamp. Dark 80s drama Less Than Zero, Jamie Gertz, Robert Downey, Andrew McCarthy, and James Spader, based on a book by Bret Easton Ellis, who also wrote American Psycho. Martin Scorsese's The Last Temptation of Christ with Willem Dafoe and Harvey Keitel. And this is Richard Benjamin's thriller Little Nikita with River Phoenix and Sidney Poitier. Always loved this one. Donner's a great body cop film, Lethal Weapon. And my favorite of the franchise, Lethal Weapon Part 2. This is a wonderful drama by Bertolucci, The Last Emperor. And an enjoyable fantasy film, Little Monsters, with Fred Savage. One of my favorite Corey films, License to Drive, Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, and Heather Graham. And the first film Cynthia Rothrock did in Hong Kong, Lady Reporter, aka The Blonde Fury, great action film. And I also own a German DVD for that movie. The animated movie that revived Disney by Musker and Clements, The Little Mermaid. Richard Dreyfuss, Jennifer Tilly, and Terry Garr in the comedy Let It Ride. Look Who's Talking and Look Who's Talking 2 by Amy Heckerling, and then the third one, Amy Heckerling, yeah, and the third one is Look Who's Talking Now. I only like the first one. And this is Uli Edel's Last Exit to Brooklyn with Jennifer Jason Leigh and Stephen Lang. And a cool prison film starring Donald Sutherland and Sylvester Stallone, Lock Up, directed by John Flynn. Beautiful biopic by Paul Schrader, Mishima, Life in 4 Chapters, is in my collection. Bill Lustig's horror flick Maniac with Joe Spinell in it, and Beautiful effects by Tom Savini. Funny Carl Reiner comedy, The Man with Two Brains, with Steve Martin and Kathleen Turner. And this was the debut feature of Mario Bava's son Lamberto. This is Macabre. This is Jim Jarmusch, Mystery Train. And last but not least for today, the sports comedy Major League with Tom Berenger and Charlie Sheen. Hope you enjoyed, guys, and I hope you will join me next time. Goodbye.